Well, hello YouTube. I thought I'd do a little video here, sort of a video presentation combo thing. Anyway, I don't know. I'm trying to, because I was doing an initial video of this and it just didn't. Like I ended up okay, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, the frame rate isn't. I don't know. To be honest, the frame rate doesn't feel really shitty when I'm doing it. I mean, when I'm playing randomly through the game, so. I mean, considering that this game is running at 4K at the moment, I'm not too sad with the actual results I'm getting out of the frame rate. I mean, it could be much worse, and at times I think it has been worse in the past. I don't know. I think it varies. It varies on what you're doing on the computer too. I mean, probably if I turned a few of my background programs off, there may be a little less lag in some ways. So, I might go over to Dwayne's place anyway, and I'll do that mission anyway. So, I mean, saying that, it doesn't really feel slow. It's not always the fastest frame rate you would expect out of this game. But then, I don't know, this game was poorly optimized to start with, and it had issues with the textures not being optimized in the first place, so let me do the Dwayne mission. If I can do the Dwayne mission without a major amount of lag, or it being a real issue to play, I will be quite happy. So let's see. As I said, I don't know. In some parts it feels absolutely fantastic, and then in certain other parts you just go, "What the fuck is going on here?" It's just kind of weird. Sometimes it goes great with the frame rate, and then sometimes it little bottoms out a little. Excuse me. Excuse me. As you can see, during a cutscene, it runs pretty good. It doesn't look shitty either. So I'm going to cut out of that, and I'm going to go to, let's see here. Just grab myself a taxi or something. As I said, I mean, it doesn't feel overly crappy. It doesn't feel like it's bottoming out all the time. Just occasionally in certain situations, so... Yeah, get the fuck out of the car, bitch. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll go over here and I've got to get on a bike, so this mission's a little more harder than it looks. It's at certain times, so this mission, if I remember correctly, is the one where I actually have to shoot him off a bike. Which is not overly... Actually, it's harder on the console than it is on the PC. The PC version is a little easier to muck around with, basically, because you can target more accurately while you're in a car. Whereas the one I found with the console version, it's not as easy to target. Okay. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't feel overly crappy, but it does feel a little... It does get a little bit annoying when the frame rate dips at certain points when you're doing certain things. I don't know. I haven't noticed any major dips, but saying that, I am using recording software at the moment, so that's going to slow everything down regardless. I mean, it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't slow it down dramatically. Sometimes it does, depending on the situation, of course. Whoa, shit. There we go. Sometimes it can slow things down a little bit in some cases, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily do it. It just depends on the situation, I guess, at the end of it, so I'm going to stop here. Okay. Gonna skip out of that.
Wayne don't need to worry about having that fool's blood on his hands on top of everything else.
Oh, really? Go fuck yourself. Fucking bitch. Get on the damn bike. That mission went a little better than I thought it would. Initially I was having issues where, I don't know, I think the first few times I tried it I actually ended up dying. Pretty badly too. See, that's my point. See, it's a solid frame rate, and the machine doesn't feel like it's lagging. I was having issues before when I was doing recordings where the machine would literally lag, like, pretty badly. Like, I get pretty bad screen lag. So, I'm not getting any really bad screen lag at the moment. It's actually quite stable. So, plus side, I mean, I am recording. Considering that I'm recording, when I'm not recording, I normally get about, probably about 60, well, no, let's be generous. About 40, 30 frames a second or more, 36 frames, something like that, depending on the average on this game. And then that's pretty good for this game, considering this game isn't that, well, when it comes to hefty values on that type of stuff, it's just, yeah, it's not that great, so. Okay, so where the hell is Dwayne? Ugh, oh god. Oh, you're Dwayne. Okay, so this is right, that's right. So I go in here anyway, and I go and give Dwayne the money. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Alright, save game. That was one of the missions I did anyway. I'm gonna randomly steal shit. I'm gonna get stuck on a fucking door. I'm gonna go. I might go and save my game anyway. I don't know, as I said, it's a pretty solid frame rate. It's not. The game doesn't feel like it's slowing down dramatically. I mean, it's slowing down a little bit, but it's not slowing down overly. And the thing is, no, it's actually that's reasonably good. I don't know. I was having a lot of frame slowdown before. A lot of issues with frames just dropping when they weren't expected to. I don't know. As I said, I also think it could be something to do with Shadowplay maybe, because initially I had pretty good frame rates for Shadowplay, and then all of a sudden it started to bottom out. So did I answer that? I don't even know the fuck I answered that. Shit. Oh. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't... The frame rate that's coming out on my screen doesn't feel like it's 26 frames per second. It feels like it feels like it's actually higher, or maybe just the fact that the screen is a fairly responsive screen, so... I don't know, it just feels... It feels much higher than it actually is, and what's readable on the screen. I mean, yeah, it's rather interesting side effect. I mean, I have had maximum 60 frames come off, and it actually said I had 60 frames. Which, look, is fantastic. That I love that for 60 frames rate. But even if I get like 25, 26 at the moment, it doesn't feel like it's coming off as a really, really bad slowdown. I don't know, maybe it's just this. I think it's mostly just this game. Because this game has a couple of little issues with things. I think it's mainly just to do with the game being a bit of a dick about, well, just the textures. Probably something to do with the textures in combination the way the game's configured too. I mean, it's not a bad game, it was never really, I don't think it was ever really designed to run at 4K. Though a few optimizations wouldn't go astray, I guess, if they wanted to optimize it. But, I mean, being an older game, I don't know whether Rockstar will end up doing that or not. Well, the newer games, but even some of the newer games are having issues with trying to get optimized for 4K, basically. Watch Dogs is supposed to be certainly optimized for it. Well, supposedly, anyway, it didn't come out quite that way. Shit. Didn't come out quite that way. It was rather frustrating, to be honest. And they could have actually done a better job at configuring it for 4K. Which, at the moment, it's sort of up in the air where that is. I don't know what's going on. Supposedly, something didn't change in the profile. Well, a couple of people are complaining about the fact that the profile for SLI didn't change in NVIDIA. And some people are complaining about the fact that NVIDIA hasn't changed the settings since the game came out. On top of that, they are going back to the manufacturer of the game, which, I'll be honest, I feel it's the manufacturer's responsibility to make the game up to code to be able to go out and work with different types of hardware. Because if you're trying to sell a game, especially on PC, it's going to have to work with basically a miscellaneous amount of different hardware, especially gaming hardware. There are different types of gaming hardware out there, and I hate to say it, but not all gaming hardware is created equal, and not all gaming hardware works the same. So, I think it should all have it should all be configured in its own way, Shit. To be honest, I think a little leeway in configuration for the designer of the game is definitely a thing they should look into. Yeah, alright. Okay, I'll come drinking with you. I was going to save the game, but that's alright, I'll save the game after I do this. But yeah, oh, Jacob. Let's see. He's right there. Okay. See, I don't know, like, for example, the night scenes here seem to be a little bit better than the day scenes. That tells me automatically that there's something not configured correctly in the game, in the sense of the textures aren't optimized as much as they could be. But saying that, I think honestly Rockstar learned their follies of putting it on the PC and not having good optimization with this GTA. They learned their lesson basically of what not to do and what to do. And the thing is, to be truthful, I think they're actually working on a sort of getting it configured correctly for the PC and the new gaming hardware and things like that. I mean, if you talk about the average consumer has a certain grade of PC. Like, well, okay, I'm above the average consumer. Average consumer would have something like a single GTX something card, probably most likely 750, 740, something like that. I mean, depends on the person. A lot of people have AMD cards too, but there's a lot of people that have Nvidia cards as well. I mean, I've got my top of the line, my 770s GTX in SLI, run in SLI, and they seem to do a pretty good job most of the time. I don't know. At the end of it, I'm above the average grade of consumer point, and I mean, I've got a pretty beefy machine, so I shouldn't be having any major issues with lag. But at the same time, because I understand, if something wasn't as like, I got to take in a few things into consideration. I'm running it on a 4K monitor. 4K monitors are, they're not the normal monitor you would run it on these days. As they progress, they will probably become the average monitor and the normal monitor that people use. But these days, they're not. They're simply a monitor, for the enthusiast. So, somebody who's got an enthusiast grade PC, which is pretty much me, I feel, yes, I do have an enthusiast grade PC, because I've chosen the components that I want, particularly high spec components, regardless. I mean, all my components are pretty much high spec. At the end of it, though, saying that, mine's a pretty high spec, but I mean, they could probably be a little more higher spec. But they are enthusiast components regardless. So, at being enthusiast components, am I fucking late, really? Really? Okay, so I need a drink. Why the fuck am I getting in trouble? Seriously, I'm getting in trouble with you for being late. I can't have been that fucking late. Jeez, Lou, fucking Weezer. Whingy bitches, people, whingy bitches. Stinky britches, stinky britches. I don't know. Anyway. I am above the law. Sorry. Okay, so. Fucking sorry, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the actual song and that fucking. The South Park. South Park went from my brain then. Stinky britches, stinky britches. Stinky britches. I am above the law. Oh shit, that's fine. Record producers. Anyway, sorry. Thinking back on that episode, and it was I remember it being quite funny. So, I am looking forward to number 5 to see what it's going to be like. I'm hoping that it's going to have a lot more optimization in the sense of being able to do stuff with it. I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I'll see. Maybe it's just the fact that, I don't know, I might go for higher. I mean, 770s I don't consider a really bad card, to be honest. I don't consider them really, really bad. They're a pretty good card regardless. 770s give you a pretty good frame rate at 1080p, but saying that, I mean, I am running 2 of them, so I would think I would have got a reasonable frame rate anyway. I fall over. Fall over my titties. Okay, take it easy, take it easy. My head is spinning, my stomach's turning. Oh, shit. Ah! Motherfuckers. Come on. Seriously. Even if you can't walk straight, just try. Just try, son, just try. Get some food. Come on. Seriously. What I'll do over here is I'll go over here. Oh, and I fall over my fucking self. Nah, love this place. Love places like this. What's best after you've had a few drinks is food, ladies and gentlemen. Food. Food will help you so much in most situations. So, what I'll see, Comrades Bar. Oh, get in the fucking car, you retard. See? Yeah, exactly. Get into car, you bastard. So yeah, level of paranoia anyway, but okay. Not too bad anyway. I mean, to be honest, the frame rate isn't shitting itself, but it does leave much to be desired. So maybe it's some optimizations that I could do on the game itself. This is a Steam version, so I'm not sure what the procedure is of actually optimizing the textures. If I want the textures to run better, basically, so I can get a higher frame rate on the system. I don't know. There's some games that do annoy me. I mean, at this stage, at this point in stage in the game, with most games these days, they are not being optimized specifically for 4K, which, to be honest, is a little annoying. But I mean, that's what you get for adapting or adopting this type of technology at this stage. So I expected that. I'm not going to complain majorly about it, but I am going to get a little annoyed that they could be a little more stringent about it. They are getting better at supporting 4K stuff, but 4K is not the most common resolution supported, and you know it's not as supported as you would want it to be at this point in time. So it's sort of a big throw up between, it's sort of a big toss up between, waiting for the teething issues to go out of this technology, basically. Because there are some teething issues, and there are some things that will piss you off with it. Especially, even SLI, there's some issues with SLI that will piss you off with most things. Which SLI is generally a pain in the ass with some. I don't know. It seems that every time you install a new NVIDIA driver these days, it's such a fucking issue. Like, you reinstalling your drivers and reinstalling and putting your drivers back on is such a fucking issue when you're trying to do things that it's to the point of ludicrousness to have to reinstall it 10 different times. And basically you got to do a couple of clean installs, and sometimes I've even had to use a driver cleaner to actually clean up the drivers and put them back on. And then eventually I've started actually getting some good frame rates with things. But there was a couple of times where I've actually reinstalled or installed a new driver just off the bat straight away, and the frame rate's just completely shit itself. I mean, beyond a joke. I couldn't figure out why it was kept on shitting itself, but apparently it looks like it is a driver issue, because as soon as I fix the system up, oh, for fuck's sake, get out of my way, bitch. As soon as I reinstalled it with a clean install and just basically cleared out the driver extra data packet, the extra data crap that was there, everything worked perfectly, and I'm like, fuck you. Pretty much the whole NVIDIA logo just like NVIDIA. There's that constantly going in the background and them just annoying you by saying NVIDIA. That's what pretty much my entire fucking, well, it's more sort of a joke my fucking nephew made, is like, NVIDIA. It's like randomly NVIDIA just says that while fucking everything's going on in the background. It's like, fuck me sideways. It was fucking frustrating, but eventually I got everything working the way I expected it to. But there are moments where I literally just go, what the fuck? I mean, seriously. Then, I guess there's those moments where you get other situations as well. And is my car going to set on fire? Oh. That will not help the situation at all. I'm going to run in this direction and let that car blow up. Now, I wonder if I can watch this from here. Dun 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 dun. Anything goes. You see? Oh, one guy's on fire. Aha! Suck shit. There we go, that's better. There's something blew up. There's two cars, probably for the price of one anyway. Multiple cars would have been nice. Huh. Okay, alright, shit, fuck, titty. No. I want you to go up the stairs. Thank you. Now, Yeah, no, pretty good so far. No big issues. No big gripes. Let's see, go back here. And F. I mean, considering what this game is like, and generally it's not, the texture's not that optimized to start with, I'm pretty happy with the end result. So, not a big issue. Okay. See, 50 frames, like, okay, what have we got? 42. See, it sort of varies. It varies very much so with this game. Your frame rate can be perfectly good inside, then you go outside into the outside environment and just the frames just totally shit themselves. It's sort of frustrating. Well, as you can see, there's a little bit of that blinking stuff going on, but I don't know, I could try a bit of... To be honest, the truth is I'm quite happy that I can just, you know, randomly grab a grenade, or, you know, throw a grenade around. Shit. You know, randomly throw a grenade around. And, you know, you can randomly shoot people as well, and have a lot of action going on the screen, and my computer doesn't shit itself. There's a lot of issues with that before. I was having a lot of issues. Yeah, so blow shit up. There you go. So considering that I can do that, I can get up to a 3-star wanted level and not. That was rather frustrating, I think, the last time I played this game, which... As long as I can do something like this, just run around the city just like a random... Oh, bitch, die. Die, you motherfucking hoe bag. As long as I can do that, I'm quite... Oh, see, exactly, I got up to fucking 5 stars. That's pretty fantastic in my eyes. Yeah, no, I don't. But yeah, like, that's my point. Considering the frame rate that it was at before, and the fact that I couldn't... I don't know, it was just funny, it was shitting itself at certain moments. It was rather frustrating to play certain aspects of it. But no, otherwise, it seemed to be working now, which is good on the plus side. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it there anyway. Thank you very much, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this little GTA 4 sort of presentation video combo. It's sort of weird. I mean, I'm doing the initial configure with this and stuff, and I mean, I'll probably end up resyncing it. Well, not resyncing it, but redoing it maybe. A different angle. I don't know. I'll see. How did I turn all the settings down? I turned some of the settings down. No, actually, I think I got most of them on top. Let me have a look. I got them all on 4K. Yeah, all my settings are up to max, except for VSync. That is about the only thing that is not on at the moment. Because I find VSync tends to slow down my frame rate at certain times. Especially when I'm doing certain things, and particular things in the world. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, and catch you YouTube. As I said, like, subscribe. Got my Twitch channel as well in combination, so please stay tuned. I've got more videos coming up after this, obviously with some more combination of different games, but this is just testing this game out and sort of running some stuff with it. So it doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel like it's stuttering or anything like that. It's a solid 30 frames per second. It's a solid frame rate. It's not a crappy frame rate. It doesn't feel like it anyway. As I said, I mean, that's what I'm getting on that program, but yeah. Anyway, okay, thank you very much, and see you, YouTube. Bye.